Because the second I started coaching, I loved it. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
See, I have a different philosophy than most people. Most people think you find your why, you find your purpose, then you do something big in the world. I actually believe that your purpose finds you. And when you're doing something, you're working the muscle, when you're in the game, you don't find your purpose kind of finds you. So this is controversial, but there's a chapter in my new book called Screw Your Why. and I'm not being disrespectful to Simon Sinek because I think he's a genius. But I have been coaching people for 28 years.
Yeah.
If Zach's one of my top people, top monster producers, and I call you and say, why do you do what you do, man? Why do you push like you do? Why are you like this? You may say to me, I don't know, man.
Right.
It's just who I am.
Yeah.
It's just something's in me that you can't put in me and you can't take it out of me. And I would tell you that of maybe the top 5 people I coach, they don't know why they do what they do. They just do it, man.
Yeah.
That's just who they are. So I think early in life, being raised by a single mom, getting involved in sports, starting coaching early, I understood we need leaders. We need people to step up, take action, be bold, right? We need to develop culture and teams. So, I just got a head start.
Yep.
And so I'm 44 years old now. So really, literally, I've been coaching, man, 28, 29 years.
Wow.
And
That's
so
awesome.
It's all I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I think that separates me from a lot of people out there that just write books, right? All I do all day, every day is coach people.
Yeah.
And that's startup companies to individuals to multi-billion-dollar companies. So I get to see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go back to what you were just talking about. It's crazy because I literally just released an episode called "You Can't Start with Why."
Yeah.
And the book "You Start with Why" there was some great stuff
Absolutely.
in there. But how can you start with why if you first don't know who you are as a person? How can you determine why something's even important to you if you don't even know who you are?
Right.
You got to start with identity.
Yeah.
Anytime I ever made any significant change in life, quitting smoking cigarettes after 20 plus years, I had a strong why. I want to be there for my kids. I want to see my grandkids. I want to live a long, happy life. It was never enough until I was like, and every time I tried to quit, people would ask, hey, Zach, you want a cigarette? I'm like, nah, man, I'm trying to quit.
Yeah.
But my identity was I'm still a smoker. I'm just trying to quit.
Right.
It never worked, man.
That's
But
right.
now it's like, Zach, you want a cigarette? I'm like, nah, I'm not a smoker.
Yeah.
You know? Let's dive more into that, dude. Like, I have this, what do you think about this? I had this, I'm still working out, but I have this framework where I feel like first you have to identify who you are. What are your core values? What do you stand for? What you don't stand for, right? Identify. Then you behave. Like right now I identify like, dude, all right, quick tangent. But I came out of prison, was totally in shape. And then I lost it whenever I started prioritizing business over health. And that was stupid. You know, my health should always be before my business, right? And so now I got my identity right. Like, dude, and so I'm doing the 75 hard. So I identified, hey, I'm a hard worker. I'm a man of my word. Now I'm behaving. I'm doing the things that I need to do to become that person. And then finally I become in the process of behaving.
Yeah, I think so. When you're looking at this concept of who am I? What do I believe at my core?
Yeah.
Right? What do I believe? See, I go back as early as The Richest Man in Babylon. Like second paragraph, first page. Every action you take is driven by your thoughts. Your thoughts are no wiser than your understandings, which means if you have small thoughts, you take small action. If you think small things, well, where'd it come from? Well, you've not been exposed to anything, right? Like you started seeing yourself different.
Yeah.
When people ask you, no, I'm not a smoker. Like I tell myself, I'm a person of interest. People are counting on me to show up and grow up and deliver today.
Yeah.
Right? My positive energy is going to be greater than any negative energy I face in a day. I'm already coaching myself. I'm encouraging myself. See, discourage means to take courage away. What people need is they need to be able to self-encourage.
Yeah.
What if you're not there to motivate me?
Yeah.
Right? What if my wife was having a bad day? What if my kids are having a bad day? What if my people are having a bad day? Like I need to be able to self-encourage. I am a person of interest. I am a means or source for supplying energy to other people. That's the definition for power.
Yep.
Right? So to your formula, yes. To me, it all starts by inner engineering yourself.
Yeah.
And I inner engineer people through body, mind, heart, and spirit. There are 4 parts to our nature: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And if we're not in alignment in one of those parts, right, then something's not working the way it should. If our goal is self-actualization, if our goal is to reach the highest form of human potential, then we can't have one of those parts not clicking.
Right.
We can't find our voice in life, right? So to me, we're trying to build the whole person when I'm coaching people. Now, if I get you operating at a high frequency and you run a business, your business is going to operate at a higher frequency.
Yep.
You're going to attract more people. More people are going to want to join the following. They're going to be in part right in what you're doing, because then you become a person of interest. You
Yep.
become a means or source for supplying energy to other people.
Amen, dude.
Yeah.
So this segues perfectly into a lot of people will have trouble developing their like core values for their company, right? And really, it's simple, man. You get it. And when I say simple, it doesn't mean it's easy, right? You know, simple things are like, okay, easy to understand, but not sometimes, you know, it requires hustle, hard work, right? Effort. But it's really just getting clear on what you stand for. Because I really want to get your opinion on this. How I see it is like, if I'm going to do core values, it has to represent me, because my business is a representation of myself. I can't have it be something that doesn't represent me or that doesn't align with me, or else it just doesn't make sense. What do you think about that? And do you have any like advice or anything on like developing core values?
Yeah, I look at core values differently than most people do.
Okay.
Most people look at core values as trust, honesty, integrity. To me, those are givens. I don't want to have a relationship with a person I can't trust.
Right.
That's not honest. That's unethical. Right.
Yeah.
So those are givens. So if I got to tell you that you need to be trustworthy or you need to be ethical, then we probably don't need to be in a relationship with each other. My core values here's my definition of core values. What do you believe at your core? I believe in coming in early and staying late.
Right.
I believe when a man asks you to go 1 mile, you go 2. I believe in always over-delivering on what you promise, right? I believe in attracting business versus chasing it. I believe everybody needs a coach in life. I believe a good coach can change your life, right? Yeah. Like I could sit here all day long and give you my core beliefs. Now, where you and I are going to have conflict with each other is if you don't believe the same things I do.
Right.
All conflict, in my opinion, happens when I have a core belief, a core value, and you have a core value, and we don't line up on those core values.
That's what you're seeing all around today
exactly.
with the political.
So if I say I believe in coming in early and staying late, and you believe in showing up late and leaving early, we're going to have a problem.
Right.
Now, here's the interesting part. It doesn't make me right and you wrong. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like you have what you believe and I have what I believe.
Yep.
I can respect that you have the right to believe what you want to believe. But it doesn't mean we need to be in partnership with each other. Doesn't mean we need to work with each other. Doesn't mean, you see where I'm going with this?
Yep.
So to me, when I'm clear on what I believe, right? If I say I believe everybody needs a coach in life, and you say to me, man, I'm already good. I don't need anybody coaching me.
Yeah.
Then you have your belief and I have mine. What's the likelihood of us doing business with each other? Zero.
Yeah.
How fast do you think I want to know that?
As soon as possible.
See, the reason I agreed to do this podcast with you, because we get podcast requests every day, is because I'm like, I like this dude. We believe the same things. He's out there making it happen. He goes to the people. He backs up what he says, right? Like you stand for something. You believe in something. I'm like, yeah, let's do that one. Because we believe the same things, right?
Amen.